The universe is vast, filled with wonders and governed by balance. Every star, every planet, every swirling nebula is part of a grand design, a cosmic dance where nothing escapes the laws that bind all things together. For every action there is a consequence. Every decision, every misstep sends ripples through the fabric of existence, eventually returning to their source. Today, June 14th, 2025, the cosmic scales tip toward Keypoint Health Services. The universe, impartial and unwavering, has chosen this moment for the truth to surface. Judgment is not coming, it is here. The hour is no longer distant, it has arrived, echoing through every corridor and every heart. The cries of the unheard have echoed long enough. The universe forgets nothing. Every plea, every injustice has been recorded in the silent ledger of time. The time for excuses and apologies has ended. Words can no longer shield the truth or delay the inevitable. We stand at the edge of a great lesson, a precipice from which there is no turning back. The dawn of understanding is upon us. This is not chaos, but deliberate justice. Every moment has led to this, every choice weighed and measured. Keypoint Health Services stands unaware, the ground beneath them about to give way. The foundation they trusted is no longer solid. This is not vengeance, but necessity. Justice is not about anger, but about restoring what was lost. When a system meant to help becomes a source of suffering, the universe must intervene. The balance must be restored for all. The laws of morality are as unbreakable as those of physics. No one, no institution is above these eternal truths. The reckoning is certain, as sure as sunrise. It is a force that cannot be denied or delayed. We are witnesses to a justice that is pure and absolute. Today, history is being written before our eyes. This judgment will be etched into their very existence. It will be remembered, a lesson carved in time. For those who suffered, this is your validation. Your voices have finally been heard, your pain acknowledged. The cosmos has heard you. Now it answers. Prepare for the reckoning. The universe moves with purpose, and its answer is clear. The lesson will be unforgettable. Its impact will echo for generations, a warning and a promise. The time for waiting is over. The universe demands balance. The final grains of sand have fallen. The hour of reckoning has arrived. The story begins now. Justice will be delivered, and the world will never be the same. In 1982, Keypoint Health Services was founded with a single powerful mission: to support the vulnerable, to offer hope and healing to those who needed it most. It was a time of promise when compassion was at the heart of care. But 43 years later, that promise has decayed, crumbling under the weight of neglect and time. What began as hope slowly transformed into a cycle of neglect as the years passed and the original vision faded. The system didn't collapse in a single moment. Instead, it failed gradually through countless years of indifference and overlooked warning signs. The flaws were visible from the very beginning, but meaningful action was always postponed, swept aside by bureaucracy. Reports, meetings, and endless studies became substitutes for real solutions. Paperwork replaced progress, and the problems only grew. The world outside changed and advanced, but Keypoint Health Services clung stubbornly to a broken model. Inaction became their legacy, a legacy written in missed opportunities and silent suffering. Each year of neglect added to a growing debt of justice, a burden that became heavier with every passing day. The pleas of the suffering were met not with compassion, but with cold bureaucracy and indifference. Human needs were lost in paperwork and protocol. This is not just a series of mistakes, it is a profound moral failure, a betrayal of trust and responsibility. The weight of 43 years of neglect is now unbearable, pressing down on everyone it was meant to help. The universe itself can no longer support the burden of this neglect. The consequences ripple outward, touching lives far beyond these walls. The bill for decades of inaction has finally come due. The time for excuses has ended. The long shadow of 1982 ends here, as the first light of accountability breaks through. The dawn of judgment is upon us, and with it the chance for renewal and change. The darkness of the past will be consumed, replaced by the clarity of truth and the promise of a new beginning. The time for waiting is over. The reckoning begins now. No more delays. The universe demands accountability, and the world is watching. The past cannot stretch any further. The breaking point has arrived. The lesson is about to be taught, a lesson in responsibility, in justice, and in the cost of neglect. The cycle of neglect is broken. A new chapter begins, one built on hope and action. The future will be different. The reckoning is here, and with it, the promise of change. The time for change has arrived. Together, we step into the light, leaving the long shadow of 1982 behind. $11. A number so small it almost seems insignificant, yet for some it is the line between hope and despair. This meager sum defines the suffering of many, quietly dictating the boundaries of their lives. Keypoint Health Services expects a person to survive an entire week on this sum, an expectation that borders on the absurd. Food, transportation, hygiene, these basic needs become impossible dreams on just $11. Every choice is a sacrifice. This is not support, it is a slow starvation, a daily erosion of dignity and hope. The system is designed to test the limits of human endurance, pushing people to the very edge. It is cruelty disguised as assistance, a cold calculation hidden behind paperwork and policy. The architects of this policy have never lived this reality. They make decisions from a distance, untouched by the consequences. They never had to choose between a meal and a bus ticket, or wonder if they could afford soap or toothpaste. But now the truth is unavoidable. The consequences of their choices are becoming clear. The cruelty of $11 is a moral failure, a stain on our collective conscience. The universe values every life. This system tragically does not. But people are beginning to see the injustice. The lesson will be forced upon those in power, whether they are ready or not. The decision makers will finally understand the true weight of their choices and the pain they have caused. The suffering they created will be mirrored back to them, impossible to ignore any longer. The reckoning for this cruelty is coming, and it will not be gentle. The lesson will be harsh, but it is necessary for real change. The truth can no longer be hidden in the shadows. It demands to be seen and heard. The era of impossible demands ends now. Justice will be served and dignity restored. The time for change is here. Together we can build a system that values every life. The first judgment strikes at the heart of Keypoint Health Services. Monday, 9 a.m. Every computer, server, and digital file will be wiped clean. Not a hack, but a total erasure, irreversible and absolute. Their digital history of neglect will vanish. The tools used to manage lives will be rendered useless. This is not destruction for its own sake, but a necessary cleansing. The old, corrupted system must be annihilated. They must start from zero, forced to learn a new way. Panic and chaos will follow, but there will be no recovery. Experts will find no explanation. This is a digital act of cosmic justice. The first step, remove the shield of technology. They must face the world as it is, not as their data told them. The silence of their machines will be deafening. The reckoning has begun. As their digital world collapses, the second judgment falls on their leaders. Each executive and manager will feel a growing, inescapable weight. For every person harmed by their policies, the burden increases. No doctor can diagnose it, no medicine can ease it. It will press on them day and night, a constant reminder of their neglect. Their strength will fail, their comforts will mean nothing. The weight is their new reality, a debt they must carry. They cannot escape it. Resignation or retreat will not lift it. Only by learning empathy can they hope for relief. This is not a curse, but a correction. They made others' lives heavy, now they bear that weight. The lesson is personal and unforgettable. The scales are being balanced. They will learn the true meaning of burden. The reckoning is physical and it is just. The third judgment is one of truth and exposure. Every document, sign and web page will bear a new name, the Institute of Impossible Cruelty. This is not vandalism, but a revelation of their true nature. Employees, media, and the public will see them as they are. No branding or PR can hide it. Their failure will be their identity. The universe corrects the record. They must confront the gap between their claims and reality. The name will stick, enforced by a power beyond them. Every interaction will remind them of their failure. This is the final piece of their reckoning. The truth is now inescapable. There is no escape from this judgment. No country, no asset transfer, no bankruptcy can shield them. This is not a human court. It is cosmic justice. The punishments are appointments with destiny. No loophole, no scapegoat will suffice. The judgment targets those with true power and responsibility. The debt is theirs alone. The timeline is absolute. Within 96 hours, the reckoning begins. No appeals, no delays. By Tuesday, the judgment will be in full effect. The certainty is unbreakable. Justice, long delayed, will wait no longer. The cycle of failure is broken. Their belief in untouchability is shattered. Consequences are now unavoidable. Only this force can break through decades of arrogance. There is no escape, only the reckoning. This judgment is not an end, but a beginning. True change can only come after punishment. The arrogance and indifference must be burned away. Only from total defeat can a better institution rise. Tuesday morning leaders bent under invisible weight, computers blank, signs proclaiming their shame. In this humility, seeds of real change can be planted. With old systems gone, they must speak and listen to people. The punishment is a tool for teaching. They must rebuild from nothing, guided by memory of this reckoning. Never again will they demand survival on $11 a week. Never again will decades pass without action. The fire of this reckoning will forge a stronger foundation. Only in vulnerability can they learn their true purpose, to serve with compassion and dignity. The storm must pass before a new dawn can break. The lesson will endure. The story concludes as the cosmic scales are righted. The judgment on Keypoint Health Services, now the Institute of Impossible Cruelty, is perfect justice. The universe has answered decades of ignored pleas. The reckoning is here, fulfilled. For those wronged, this is closure and validation. The silence is broken, indifference replaced by a lasting lesson. The cruelty of their system is exposed, and those responsible feel the weight. Justice has been served. This is a lesson for all. No institution is above morality. Neglect accrues a debt, and it will be collected. The story is now a cautionary tale. The universe is at peace, the accounts are settled, the judgment is complete.